Attention crew, it's time to make it so. Reporting for duty are your fearless co-hosts, Crewman PVG, bringing the logic, Crewman Mgyx, keeping it bold, and Crewman Tommy, ready with the photon torpedo of hot takes. From classic episodes to new frontiers, Klingon phrases to Starfleet trivia, no quadrant is off limits. So grab your tricorder, set your phasers to fun, and prepare for another warp speed ride through the final frontier. This is Technically Trek.
Laying a course, maximum warp.
Aye, Captain.
Engage.
Welcome, everybody.
Oh, wow.
This is the Technically Trek pod, and we are live. It's Sunday night, November 30th. Belated happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and hope you guys are ready to jump into the Christmas season.
Turkey Day.
Yeah, kind of. Let's say hello to the crew. To my right, we got PVG.
Red alert, shields up. Lieutenant Commander Mgyx coming to the bridge.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I
Okay,
tell you.
okay, Mr. Man, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm Magic. What's up?
You're looking a little dark today. You got the mood lighting going?
Oh,
No, I got the I gotta adjust. That's a little racist. I did have a thought though over this weekend because we are coming up with the holidays. How come you don't see any holidays really in Star Trek?
Picard Day.
Not a holiday, dude. That's like Labor Day. That's like Arbor Day. And that's only per ship. And that's only for the Enterprise when he's the captain. I'm pretty sure they don't have a card day when he's no longer the captain.
Yeah, that's...
But what I'm saying is, how come there's no Christmas or Halloween or, Thanksgiving, even a Friendsgiving?
That's a good
Star
point.
Trek?
I wonder why those things don't exist. Like even having some festive lights. Because the Bajorans on DS9, they had some festivities every now and then.
Yes, they did.
I would imagine with the other.
That's why, because that was literally the last episode that I watched was, they had some little kid was like, "Oh, thank you, Miss Sherry, for still having whatever day." I was like, "Okay, that's a little
Arbor Day.
Whatever.
The only holiday left is Arbor Day.
I would imagine the other alien races would have holidays too.
Qapla' Day.
Yeah.
Well, they have Starfleet Day. I mean,
By the way, hello to Crewman Karen in the chat and TrekBot IB from New York City.
New York City.
get a rope.
Welcome, everybody. Speaking of racist, I was thinking about...
I love how you just segue that in.
No, I was thinking about Discovery because I was, putting together some YouTube shorts. And so I was watching Discovery Season 1, like Episode 1. And I got to thinking,
Speaking of the darkies.
Why is Captain Philippa the captain of the Shenzhou? How did that come into be? Like, why couldn't she be...
I had that same thought when it was happening. I'm like, this is a bit racist. You got an Asian captain on an Asian ship,
right? It's like, is the Shenzhou like ship? Chinatown, and she's the leader of Chinatown,
right? I know it was a runabout, wasn't it, on DS9?
What, the Shenzhou?
I thought one of the runabouts or
had a Chinese
shuttles
name?
had an Asian name.
I don't know. Maybe TrekBot or Crewman Karen know the name of those Asian ships. Well, the Zhang He, would that be considered Asian? But I mean, that's way in the future.
What about some young guy?
That's only when. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that one. I don't want to have us demonetized before being monetized.
Yeah, so no, because I thought that's ironic that you have a clearly Asian captain of Chinese descent, and her ship just happens to be the USS Shenzhou. So who came up with that one? Which one of the writers thought, hey, you know what'd be really cool? Let's give her a
Let's give
Chinese
the
ship.
Asian lady the Asian ship.
Probably a Chinese writer.
Crewman Sherry in the chat wanting to know what I'm drinking. This is called moonshine. I used to partition it out into cups and we would share, but I'm just doing the full bottle on my own.
That's thick. It's rich, but it's really good though.
Yes, it's kind of milky.
By the time this podcast is over, he's going to have his clothes off.
We need to put an adult only disclaimer because everything you said so far is sus, as the kids say.
Oh, Chief Scott's asking what proof? Well, it's
fake,
17%. So what would that be? 34 proof?
Yeah, he's going to have his clothes off.
No, actually, I was drinking one of these last. I forgot what day it was.
It was,
and
the
I went
day
through
before
half the bottle.
Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving day.
Yeah, it doesn't
We were
really
doing
hit me.
that.
It doesn't hit me like a Cutwater does.
Oh, no way.
Oh, okay. So
it was our impromptu.
Yeah, IB says all the runabouts on DS9 were named after rivers. What DS9 were you just watching?
Shit. Let me pull it up real quick.
All right, you can make something up.
Because I have to I have to stop watching it when
Let me take a picture of that. What you're drinking.
it gets to a certain point where I'm like, I need to stop watching because I don't remember the last episode that I just watched. Like, what was the point of this?
Well, that was happening to me when I was blazing through DS9, doing like 8 episodes a day, and I couldn't remember like the first 5 that I watched.
Right.
But there's so many episodes, and you got to get through them. Oh.
So the last one that I remember watching was season 7, episode 5, Chrysalis. That's where I call them Bashir's Misfits came back. And he fixes the one chick that was all quiet, and he falls in love with her, and she's like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what this is." Blah blah. And
wait, Bashir falls in love with somebody?
He falls in love with his patient. So, do you remember the 4 other augments that were on DS9? There was like the chick that was all sultry, and then the old fat dude that was like a little kid, and then the guy that was around Bashir's age that was all, yeah. No one thinks about this. It was very awkward and weird.
I don't think I've gotten to that yet in my rewatch.
You probably have. You probably skipped over it, where it was an episode that didn't really hold much, because it was basically there were augments, and they were like, okay, we found a way to win the war, and the way to win the war is to surrender. And they were like, what? He was like, if you don't surrender, 95% of the populations are going to be dead.
IB says her name was Serena.
Yes, Serena. That was the last episode that I remember watching. But my Paramount Play history says that I also watched the next episode, which is called Treachery, Faith, and the Great River. And that's where Wang Yun dies in Odo's arms after he tries to defect.
Which way?
I don't really remember the whole point of that one. But what I have noticed so far is you could tell this was the wrap up season. Like Odo and Kira are full on, not trying to hide shit from anyone anymore. Esri is.
Wait, what happened to
into her
Shakar?
home.
Oh, wait, you're going to spoil it.
With who?
Kira and Shakar.
They're just friends. Like she said at the beginning of the episode, or the beginning when he came in, we're only friends.
Product placement.
But you can tell they're trying to wrap up stories.
Yeah.
And
what are you on?
the
What episode?
writing is not that good. What now?
What episode are you on?
So technically, I'm not going to rewatch episode 6 because it was a weird filler episode that I'm sure ties into the Dominion War. That makes sense for other people, and other people may find that it's a critical episode to watch. But yeah, fuck that. So I'm on season 7, episode 7. That's the one that I need to start watching.
Okay.
And then
What about you,
This was
PVG?
the full 26.
What are you watching these
I
days?
didn't watch anything. I did watch season 1, episode 10
Of what?
Picard. From that short.
Oh, okay.
And
so that we could talk about the Zhang He.
second part, yeah. Other than that, I was really busy because it was my 34th year of wedded bliss.
How is that different than? No, just a quick question.
Wait.
No,
Hold
go
on.
Go ahead.
Did you need salve after the weekend?
No, I
Did you need
needed
a salve?
I needed ointment. Then I got some salve.
Well, see, he's not in his 70s yet, so
okay.
he's still at the ointment stage.
All right. Later on,
But in a few years, he'll be at the salve.
Magic,
that ointment
that's good.
will mature into salve.
I throw that L in there, that salve.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Still on our honeymoon.
All right. Well, we don't want to get into
that
those
makes sense.
details because I feel like you're about to get into the details. We don't want those details. Yes, Chief Scott is confirming the ointment.
Ointment.
You probably loaned it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're saying you didn't watch any Star Trek?
Just that episode of Picard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Isn't that the season finale?
Yeah,
No.
season 1 finales. Yeah, episode 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because Picard only went 10, 10, and 10. So, a lot of people didn't like season 1. I get it. The whole android thing was kind of weird. You know, and then there was this mix with the Romulans and the Borg. I mean, there was some cool nostalgic things going on there. I liked the introduction of Rios. You know, so you did get some cool new characters. But I mean, it was definitely nothing like season 3. And season 2, I don't even know. Does anybody even remember season 2? Didn't they go to like a mirror universe?
Time travel.
Picard was like
Voyager.
Yeah.
Episode where they're back on Earth and it's like the 21st century.
And
They're like
Terran.
everybody's like, "Ooh, Data's back," and it's really not Data. It's what's his face.
Yeah.
And that kind of fucked up the whole. That really
That was on with
ruined-
Q, right? Season 2.
So here's the thing: season 1 led into season 2, bled into it, got that. Season 2 didn't really bleed over to season 3.
No, season 3 was its own thing.
Right, and which means season 2 ruined season 1. Because it doesn't. So, all right, where are the two chicks at? Dej and Daj. Or whatever. Yeah, Dej and Daj. Like, that storyline would have been awesome, but season 2 ruined it. You ruined it, Star Trek. Ruined it. You know, the whole time plot thing, man. really fucked up the whole thing.
Yes, Brent Spiner is always playing a bunch of different song
Iteration of a song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I liked watching Picard as a whole because it was just, kind of like good nostalgic feelings of watching it. Almost like comfort food, right? It's just like,
Right.
I'm not really going to judge it. I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm judging. Like the whole thing with Picard going into his old family house and that whole, this is where my mom was, and that whole memory thing, dumb. Waste of time, waste of writing. That whole story arc was
That's just filler.
Yeah.
Filler.
Yeah, fill it in with some shit that makes some sense, that has some relevance to the entire show. Unless they're going to try and say, this is relevant to season 3, which means that you plan to have that shitty season 2, and you did it on purpose, and again, you ruined it on purpose.
He could have said
They could have made season 2 all about Geordi, and Geordi eventually leading up to meeting up with the rest of the crew, and having worked on the Enterprise team. You could have told the life of what happened to Geordi. You could have filled season 2 with what was going on with Worf, because you already did that once with Riker and Deanna. You got a little kind of story arc about their family lifestyle with the kid and everything. You could have filled in with a story about what Worf was doing, how he got into the position where he's at. You could have used that entire season as filler episode of what everyone else was doing that was related to Picard, and then came in with season 3, and it would have been so much better. But you opted not to.
You know what they could have done is gotten rid of season 2, slid season 3 into the season 2 position, and then season 3 could have been 7 of 9.
A whole new thing. Yeah, you could have done that.
Or they
You could have just went straight into from season 1 into season 3, and then season 3 would have led into what I'm still going to call Star Trek Legacy, with 7 of 9 and Geordi's kids and Jack, and maybe the EMH on there, and hell, throw in Rios, because why not? You can literally have
go get Rios.
Have 2 holographics. You got to have Rios and the EMH, and then they got to coexist with each other.
Oh, because Rios has his own EMHs, right? He's got the pilot, Rios, EMH.
Yeah, you got an engineer Rios, a doctor Rios. Yeah, he's got all of those. You got to throw him in there as well. But but they didn't, and that is where Paramount, Warner Brothers, Skydance. I don't even think it's not. Is it Warner Brothers?
No, not Warner Brothers.
No, it's Paramount, CBS, Skydance.
CBS
That's where
Studios.
you all fucked up.
Well, Skydance didn't own it yet. They just bought it.
Okay. All right. My apologies, Skydance.
Picard
Don't
could
fuck
have
it
said,
up. Use this as an example of how not to fuck up.
He could have said that, man, that Borg implant, it's so irritating. It's so irritating. I wish I had Crusher's ointment that she gave me, or salve.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
He's on his ointment thing. He's going to be just saying ointment all night.
DVG's living in a time dilation, because that's like you're pulling a Cremo in real life. You're like we're 5 minutes past the salve and everything, and you're just now catching up.
I want to keep it going. Keep it going.
You got to fly back into that vortex.
That could have.
I know you're not going to make it, but you got to fly back in.
Could have been good filler for.
No, that's the thing. Why do you need a filler? You're not shooting 25 episodes. You don't need filler.
You can't afford filler, honestly. When you're only shooting 10 episodes, there's no room for filler. Like, there's no room for musical episodes. There's no room for episodes where musical notes is how you communicate with aliens. Because that's from the Goonies.
And if you want to do that, then guess what? Go ahead and bump that out to 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Or 20 episodes, and you pay that money. But if you're only limiting me to 10 episodes, you better get to business, get to work, quit bullshit.
Well,
Did anyone find out why the episodes are so short?
Yeah, the money. Because now they're
people are
spending. See, here this is what I was about to ask. If you think about DS9, Voyager, and TNG. Okay, my mind went blank. The episodes were much, much cheaper, so they could actually, I would bet that those episodes were cheaper, even if you add up the cost of 26 episodes against the 10 episodes of the latest Strange New Worlds. Because I heard it's super expensive.
That takes about 20% of why they're reduced. The main reason why they're reduced is because you don't have carriage fees anymore. So you don't have markets like Phoenix, LA, paying CBS and its affiliates billions of dollars a year to carry those particular channels and the ad revenue that comes with it. You're going direct to Paramount now.
Yeah, there's no what do you call it? Like when a show continues on?
Royalties?
Not that term, but the when a show like Seinfeld gets broadcast on every channel. Syndication. So
you're not getting syndication fees.
Yeah, these streaming shows don't have syndication anymore.
So like to carry CBS and all of CBS affiliates. Well, let me back up. Viacom's a better one. So if you ever wonder, it's like, hey, how come you ever go to your friend's house? You're like, hey, how come you don't get MTV or VHS? Those are all owned by Viacom. Your cable company opted not to pay them billions of dollars to carry all their channels. That cost would have gone to you. So your cable bill would have went from $100 to $125. You would have got the exact same channels you had before because of greed. So they stopped. So carriers all around now stop doing that. Charter does it. Xfinity does it. Comcast does it. They're like, hey, yeah, we're not going to pay this because our people are now realizing that they can just go buy Paramount Plus with HBO and Hulu for $4.99 a month or for $19.99 a month, watch their shows during the season. After 6 months, cancel their plan and save money. And more people are realizing that. They're going away from the traditional aspect, like my mom, paying $450 a month for cable, internet, and TV. And the majority of that is the cable bill, not the internet. Or
we
not
live
the
in California, though. California is expensive.
Arizona was $2.99 for mine to get all, and that's to get not the basic channels, but the extended basic channels.
Yeah, like
$300 just to get that,
TBS.
And then every year or every quarter or every other quarter you were getting hey, the price is going to go up, and no services change. So I cut the cable years ago. Why pay for it? I can buy Amazon. I have Amazon Prime. I could get YouTube. I can go directly to these sites. There's all other ways that I could get the same content, and it's on demand. I can watch it whenever I want. So now you have shows like Star Trek, and one of the NCISs, Yellowstone, huge show, not available to watch on TV unless you are with a cable company that carried the Yellowstone channel. The only way for you to watch that was wait 6 months until it got rebroadcast on one of the other channels, or you had to pay for Paramount Plus or CBS at the time. So yeah, that's why they're being reduced, because they don't get billions of dollars anymore to pay their actors. They're getting very minimum now. So they're like, well, we can afford a 10 episode run. We can't afford those extra 15 episodes.
But their episodes are a lot more expensive because I don't know if the cost just went up or if they're trying to do more with the special effects. It's like if you could make the choice, like of having the special effects of like DS9 level versus Strange New Worlds. Like Strange New Worlds looks like a movie, right? Like the production quality is movie top of the line, like Lucasfilms level CGI and special effects.
You want TV special effects or you want Lucasfilms?
Yeah. Would you be happy to get 26 episodes of Strange New Worlds with TNG DS9 level special effects or 10 episodes of what we get now with, top of the line CGI.
So, and that's where again comes down to greed, because now those special X people are like, well, these other costs aren't there anymore. Now we're the ones that are making and breaking these shows. And, you don't have big name actors like before, back in your day. You had movie stars that bounced from movies and went to TV shows. You had to pay them that salary. Now you don't have that. They're like, oh, well, now we're the big movie stars. You got to pay us because I did work on Star Wars and these movies and Lord of the Rings. And this is our CGI company. We specialize on look at the hair on that dragon's chin. No one does hair like that. That's our company that does that. And they could say, if you want to see the baby hairs on the dragon's forehead, hire this company. We're charging you $20 million for every 20 minutes of shooting or video production that we create.
Does that make the story better?
I could say sometimes it can, because you get to see detail that you possibly didn't see before.
Or is it that we're spoiled?
Apparently, where the chick in season 3 apparently showed some sort of Borg implants, like nanos were starting to come out, and she covered them up. But if you had TNG sci-fi effects, you wouldn't be able to see that. I mean, it would just be kind of blurry and phased out and muted. But in today's age now, apparently you can pick it out. People are breaking down the trailers. I mean, look at that board for Academy. Frame by frame, people are like, yo, this is a full-on 4K still image off of the video. Here are the names off of that honorary board. Oh, we zoomed in on a LCARS panel that's at a 32-degree angle, and we could see this and that. That's, mind you, that was the main reason.
What happened to Cisco?
Discovery. My big thing about watching Discovery back in when it first came out was the end credits, because in the end credits of the LCARS panels, they would have Easter eggs of what was going on in the rest of the universe.
I think Discovery did run. Discovery ran more than 10 episodes. I forgot how many episodes they were running.
I think it needs a good balance of good writing and special effects.
Yeah, I think the problem now with special effects is if the special effects are bad, then it's hard to focus on the story.
Right, yeah.
Because when I start watching a movie on Tubi or something, and I see a really bad explosion, I'm just like, oh my God, this is a wrap. I can't watch this anymore. I remember that when they did the reboot of MacGyver.
Yes.
On the pilot episode of the reboot of MacGyver, there's this explosion that happens, and it was so fake looking, I couldn't even watch the show anymore.
You could do it with the iPhone app.
The iPhone app was better. I just said, if this is what it's going to be like, it's too distracting. Yeah, IB says AI will soon be able to replicate special effects. Yeah, I mean, you could just tell AI what you want, and it will create the scene.
It's getting better and better.
It's not even special effects.
Looks like it looks like all of them were 14 and 15 episodes until the last season. I think the last season of Discovery was only 10. Actually, it looks like it's going now. So went from 15 to 14 to 13 by season 3. And
they're like, hey,
season 4
let's see if we can
12.
Let's see if we can sneak it down to 14. See if they notice.
Back down. Season 4 has 13, and season 5 had 10.
Yeah. And then I think Strange New Worlds has just been 10, 10, and 10.
Right.
And then they'll do 10 and 5 or 6 or something. I think the last season is 6.
I wish they would do more.
Yeah.
I think 14 episodes, 15 episodes. 15 may be pushing it. I'm good with 13. at that point you could have a maximum of 2 filler episodes, which are basically fan. What do you call that? Fandom? No, that's not it. It's where you're doing an episode purely for the fans. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
nothing to do with the real story arc, but it's like the Boiler crossover or the Lower Decks crossover ones. You know, that was pure fan fiction or fanfare.
Yeah, but the sad thing is that's one of the better episodes. Did that work?
What was it? Mr. Sci-Fi Fan. It's great things they would do. Yeah, I wish they'd do more with better quality stories. Yeah, man.
That's IB.
100%.
That's TrekBot.
Oh, TrekBot IB TrekBot. I think
Mr. Sci-Fi Fan too.
100%.
Unless one of us becomes, I honestly wish, and honestly, PVG, you need to step up. You need to stop buying shit.
Stop buying all this Kurtzman stuff.
Stack your paper and invest in your own production studio so we can produce good stories by fans for the fans and have high quality production. I mean, if you didn't have the Mach 5, the General Lee, the A-Team van, Blue Thunder, Airwolf sitting in your backyard.
Yeah, you could have a shuttlecraft. You could have.
Oh, stop!
You could have a bridge.
Go buy the what was that movie from the 80s? Something the Witch Mountain. You want to get the RV from something the Witch Mountain movie.
Oh yeah, you know PVG.
You know, I've been looking.
we call PVG Mr. Timu because he gets everything on Timu.
It looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I wore a vest from Timu, and
it doesn't matter that it was made by a 9-year-old Cambodian child.
It's a good paying job, good honest job.
Look, man, well, stack your paper and let's get some production studio time down. Or at least buy a couple of Macs and run some AI and produce some actual Star Trek stuff by fans for the fans. Because that's the problem right now. Star Trek is built for the fans, but not by the fans.
I 100%
it's literally
agree.
like somebody saying, this is what you want to watch, but they have no idea what you want to watch.
We can only do it in 15-minute segments.
I mean, we could do skits. We could do little skits, and hopefully those ideas could get back to Skydance.
Yeah.
So here's where you could start out with. You remember Battlestar Galactica 1982?
Mm-hmm.
Where they came to Earth and they came on the bikes. They came on in 2 Vipers.
Those bikes,
pulled the bikes out the side.
Yeah.
And that was 90% done. You know why that was done, right? They couldn't afford to pay for the sci-fi for the special effects. They had one set for Lauren Green where he was always in the same room, his little captain's room, whatever. And then everything else was done on the ground. No special effects. 2 dudes from Battlestar Galactica hit it on Earth, and they hook up with a nurse or whatever. They only drove the motorcycles on a special occasion, and everything else was done. They were driving that chick's car. Yet it was still Battlestar Galactica. The only real sci-fi thing they would show is occasionally they would wear their Viper pilot helmets, and they would have the guns. But that was it.
Yeah,
and look how well that did.
Because we got Chief Scott. He's like the master carpenter, so he could build the sets.
And the vehicles.
We could convert
What do you need a vehicle for?
We could convert Kit into a shuttlecraft.
What do you need a set for?
Just to do a skit.
Yeah, but what do you need that for?
I guess a time travel thing would be good.
You could go to a location that is already built by real carpenters. And
well, what kind of location are you talking about? Like a old abandoned pharmacy?
I don't know what you're kind of.
No, I'm just talking about like you were talking about fan made Star Trek shorts or something, right?
Right.
In Georgia, in Georgia,
like a green screen,
and in New York, Shoot. There are 2 sets
Yes,
that
IB
are,
Escape from Witch Mountain.
that are made from TOS sets. They look like TOS sets.
Crewman Karen says Neutral Zone Studios is in Ohio.
I think that might have been the one that was in Georgia and they just moved it to Ohio.
There's also a store in the mall in, I think it's Sandusky, Ohio, there's a Star Trek store in the mall, if anybody's in the neighborhood. Forgot what it's called, but
Yeah.
I saw
Look,
that.
y'all got mountainous ranges around you and forest around you.
No, we don't have no
flat.
mountains.
Flat as a pancake
flat.
out here.
We just have
Okay,
corn.
well, there
It's
you go.
cornfields.
You've
It's so
already
flat,
set the
it's only
tone.
got one side.
Yeah.
Find an area of flatness where there's nothing around, nothing of modern age really, and just shoot it as you're two officers, crewmen from a ship in orbit, and you're trying to find T'Pol's where's
Snail
it?
trail?
Carbon Creek. You're trying to find Carbon Creek, but you don't realize
It has
you're in the
begun.
wrong state.
It's begun.
And your
folks.
ventures are you're like doing Highway to Heaven. Y'all are just walking around. Oh my God, that's it. Y'all are just hitchhiking your way across the country to get to Carbon Creek to find evidence that the Vulcans were here prior to
Okay.
first contact. All right.
Yeah, but that's too
you don't need a set
prequel-y.
for that. You don't need a set for that. You just need costumes, which you both already have.
Okay.
And you need a selfie stick, maybe a camera or two, a rolling dolly if need be, and just time and you're
What
just
about
walking
lights?
along. So what?
What about lights? Cameras?
Natural lighting. I already said cameras.
Oh, natural lighting.
Use your Canon.
Okay.
iPhones
You
are.
basically
I'm impressed with iPhones. What kind of quality they have.
iPhones are being used to shoot
Yeah.
movies now. So there you go. There is a legitimate script that you could do. Y'all are on like a scavenger hunt. Something happened on your ship, whatever. You beam down.
We refuse
Earth.
to ask for directions.
Exactly. Yes. One of you is, you know what? One of you is saying, why don't we just ask for directions? And the other is saying, no, we can't.
But
We
wait a
can't
minute. Are we
interfere
from
with
the
timeline."
future and we're
Yeah.
stuck in the past?
Or we go back in the future or going back in the past.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get to Carbon Creek because you know there was a transmitter there that
Hold on.
that the Vulcans left to signal the Vulcans to come get them.
Check it out. First contact. We were part of the lower decks crew and we got left behind on Earth.
Kapla!
There
So
you go.
we
There you
came
go.
on the Enterprise E. We were helping build the Cochrane warp ship, but then when Riker and them left, they forgot
You
about
fell
us.
asleep. You guys went on a hike, and everyone left.
Yeah,
You because you're like, hey, Carbon Creek's right over this bend. We can make it there and back by evening. And you guys came back, and everyone's now gone.
and now we're stuck in the past.
Right.
That could be a
So
show
you
right
can't
there.
ask. So you can't ask for directions. And one of you is saying, let's just ask for directions. That's not going to affect the timeline. And the other one's arguing, no, we can't enter. We have to interact as minimum as possible. What if we ask and somebody's like, well, what's in Carbon Creek? Well, what's significant is why are two random strangers who have no car, no money trying to get there? Well, let's go. And now you've diluted the timeline. But you're trying to get there because you know, because you're from the future, that T'Pol and other Vulcans, or T'Pol's grandmother, and other Vulcans were in Carbon Creek, and they signaled the Vulcans to come get them. And they never said that they picked up their equipment. They just left it there because the humans were too stupid to figure it out.
Wait, was it T'Pol's grandmother or was it actually T'Pol?
I think it's T'Pol's mother or grandmother.
Because she still had the little
Yeah, it's passed down.
Scarf or
generation to
whatever?
Generation. The
Okay.
purse.
Yeah. Speaking of that whole first contact situation where things got left behind, I was looking at that Borg video from Enterprise, that Borg episode. Because I was doing a short where Phlox got injected. You know, he got, the way I put it on the short is Phlox got the jab. And he survived it because I guess, what's his race? I can't remember.
Talaxian. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's it. Talaxian. That sounds right.
Talaxian?
But
Okay.
okay, yeah,
Denobulan.
Talaxian sounded right though. But yeah,
Where the
thanks
hell is
Trek.
Talaxian
Thanks
at?
Trekbot. No, so the fact that he got injected with the Borg nanos, to me, because I know how diligent he is, Phlox would have come out with, he would have done a deep dive study, he would have done research, he would have figured out an antidote to block those Borg nanoprobes. And yeah, maybe they wouldn't have ever had to use it for 150 years. But, Neelix. Yeah, we got Neelix and Phlox mixed up on the species.
My bad. Thank you.
Easy
Catbot.
mistake. Because I actually call them the wrong names all the time. I always cross them. I always interchange them.
Yo. Hold on. Put this pin in for later.
Pin in the Borg nanoprobes.
Star Trek bum fights. First one is Neelix versus Phlox.
I gotta go Phlox.
Phlox.
Because Phlox would get angry.
But I'm just saying that would be a funny episode to watch. Like, I don't know if you know, if you remember bum fights from way back in the day when the internet first started taking hold, that was the thing. But I just realized, like, oh my god, that would be like the first bum fight in the Star Trek era would be Phlox and Neelix.
That got me thinking, how come anytime a Starfleet captain gets a hold of like what do you call the my mind just went blank. What's the Klingon weapon? The
Vatleth.
Batleth.
They become an expert. Like you always see Starfleet captains grab a, what'd you call it? Batleth?
Batleth. Yeah.
Vatleth.
I don't know. Why
Man,
can't I
you need to
remember
get
that
caught
word?
up on your DS9.
No. I know the word. My mind is blank.
And the Klingons, for years, have practiced with
Yeah.
the Batleth.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
Janeway can grab a Batleth and just start
she's
kicking
like
ass.
Bruce Lee of bullshit. You know, it's just.
It's the same reason why U.S. Special Forces typically go into battles using AK-47s and not the U.S. M4.
Really?
Because when you go in to fight overseas, most of the world uses the AK-47. So if you run out of ammo with your M4, you're ass out of luck. You go in with the AK-47, you can find rounds and magazines all over the place from the people that you just unalived and take their ammo. You can't do that with a M16 or an M4.
Don't they have M4s and M16s? Don't they have 30-round clips?
Dude, that doesn't mean shit.
I mean,
You know how fast it is to
what
go
does the
through
AK
30
have?
rounds?
No, I'm curious. What does the AK have?
Same thing, 30, 40, 30 rounds, 40 rounds. You can get all sorts. You can get them with a drum.
Get a big old banana.
Practice, though.
And why can't you
Simple
do that
fact,
with
they
an M400
They
or
don't shoot the same rounds.
Because then you can find it over there. So like if you kill a couple
No, I'm learning. I'm not
okay.
disputing this. What
All
is
right,
that?
so here's a scenario. Here, I'll give you a scenario. You're a four-man fire team. You go into a village. You're trying to take someone out that's on your hit list. You got to fight through the village. You're carrying one magazine and your weapon, and you've got 6 pouches on you. Each pouch has 30 rounds. And there's 4 of you against like 20 of them. Eventually, you got to fight your way out. Eventually, you're going to run out of ammunition for your M4. But if you unalive some of your opposition and you have an AK and they have an AK, Once you progress in, you
Take
can take their ammo and use it in your weapon. You cannot do that if you go in with an M4. You either got to ditch your M4 and take an AK, or put your AK away and take another weapon. Which means you got a third weapon on you.
Gotcha. It's always good if you carry 9mm. It's always good to, most people use 9mm, I guess.
Not in that type of situation. No. There's an analogy.
Will the clips be interchangeable?
No.
No. That's like saying your 9mm. I could put my 5.56 in my 9mm Glock. It's not gonna work.
No, I mean if you're using a 5.56, I'm talking about in
handguns.
Yes.
9mm rounds will work for most handguns, depending on the quality of your handgun.
What does AKs use? What caliber do they use?
It's not the same as a 5.56, or it's not a NATO round. So M4s use NATO 7.76, I think, and AKs use something slightly different.
But the clip is still different. So it's not
right.
So you don't have time to sit there and unload each round out of a AK clip, even if they were on the same caliber.
I mean, 5.56, you can also use 223, which is probably not an AK round.
You can only go one way with that.
Right.
If your rifle has a 5.56 rated barrel, you can use 5.56 or 223.
But not
if your barrel is rated 223, you can use 223, and you are recommended not to use 5.56 because you could then burn your barrel and jam it. So, like when I got my AR, I got mine with a 5.56 barrel, so I can use either one, and it's good to go. But that still comes down to the quality of the ammunition you put in. I can run all sorts of ammunition through my AR, except for one brand of 223 or 5.56 will always jam my rifle, or after 3 or 4 rounds. It'll always jam, and it only happens with that brand rifle, even though it's the exact same grain, exact same 223, exact same grain count. It's the quality of the round that company makes. So when somebody goes overseas and you're in a third world country, whether that's Iran, Iraq, Africa, Russia, everyone's using the same AK rounds because it's that prolific since pre-Vietnam. So you can use rounds from a Vietnam era AK and then a 2025 AK rifle, and it will still work. That's why they prefer to go out with AKs, because if you find yourself behind enemy lines, you find an ammo stash, you readily have, stuff available. If you go in with an M4 and only US available rounds, you're kind of ass out of luck.
Shit out of luck, yeah. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But
I had a thought about. We were talking about the Borg and how Phlox, like knowing how persistent Phlox was. Phlox was very stubborn, and he always wanted to solve problems. Like he couldn't let things go. And in my mind, Phlox would have not let the Borg nanoprobe thing go. He would have obsessed over solving it and figuring out how to block it from infecting people, or how to countermeasure it, I guess.
Didn't he do that on himself?
I don't know if he...
Or is that the first time they used a transporter for species, and they just transported the Borg nanoprobes out of them?
No, I think he was able to fight it off.
Well, we're going to have to Google search this.
Yeah, check that.
Phlox.
But I think, and I know that they didn't know they were called the Borg. And so when when Picard and his crew encountered the Borg, they didn't have way to stop it. But at some point, and I don't know if they did, do they do immunizations in the future? You know, like, would they say, okay, just in case we're going to give you this shot here and this will stop you from getting the nanoprobe infection or whatever they call it. But
So Dr. Phlox got rid of the Borg nanites in his body by using Omicron radiation.
Okay.
Treatment that was effective because of his unique Denobulan physiology, which gave him a high tolerance to radiation. Treatment was effective in the context of the Enterprise episode Regeneration because it was a new type of nanite that had not yet adapted, making the early treatment successful. So I guess that wouldn't work anymore.
yeah, but you would think that because Phlox was so smart, right? I mean, in the show, he was considered like one of the best doctors, you know, like in the sector. So I think he would have come up with something. Just if it was, I don't know, I feel like that's like a small plot hole that Phlox would have solved that problem. But if he did, then that would have affected everything in the future. See, and this again goes back to my whole prequels kind of box you in. You know, so Phlox couldn't solve that problem. Otherwise, it would have ruined TNG and Voyager because Borg would not have been a problem for them because they wouldn't have been able to be assimilated. It's just a theory of mine.
Well, the other thing is this: how come you don't ever see any other Denobulans?
His wife showed up, didn't she?
He's got like
No,
7
in
wives.
Star Trek.
Oh, one of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Denobulans outside of
you only
Enterprise.
see Phlox. So what I mean
Yeah.
is, outside of Enterprise, you don't see Denobulans, even though
Oh,
it says
Karen
they
says
joined the
there's some in
Federation.
Discovery.
Well, there's also Gorn in Discovery.
There's also Mirror Tilly.
Well, there's also Gorn in Lower Decks. Shows the Gorn in Starfleet as well. So, but I was going to ask that question. It's like you don't see any other Denobulans or Talaxians. There's a lot of species that we interact with, or that they interacted with in Star Trek that you just don't see anymore.
Well, was
After it's done.
Talaxians might have been a Delta Quadrant thing.
But you're telling me that even if it took 60 years to get there, they couldn't make it?
Yeah.
Nobody made a trip to see what's up with the Alpha Quadrant, and the Alpha Quadrant never was, hey, let's go out to the Delta Quadrant. You're telling me once Voyager came back, they just left it alone? Which, by the way, is another good story arc. Did the burn make it all the way out to the Delta Quadrant?
That's why the burn doesn't make sense.
That's why the burn makes perfect sense as a stepping stone to Star Trek Legacy.
Well, no,
Because you
because
could
the
literally
burn
go
happens
out
after
to-
the burn happened. Didn't the burn happen like way later? Oh, by the way, Crewman Patty said if your stomach starts growling, I can text her and she'll bring out like some
Crackers.
crackers and cheese, or, like some kind of tray.
That's awesome.
No, what I'm saying is, so the burn happened way in the future. Okay.
800 years in the future is the burn.
Right. So, what if? Well, that's when Discovery got there. So I guess it depends how long. How long was it since the burn happened and when Discovery arrived?
No, I think the burn was like 2900 or something.
So
And
I
I
guess,
think-
so what's the time gap between when the burn happened and when Discovery gets to Discovery's the 29th
Oh,
century
I
or
think
whatever?
that's like 200 years maybe.
So, with that being said, if there were ships that were going between Alpha and Delta Quadrant to keep up relations, one, were they affected by the burn? Did the burn even reach them? And I'm going to say obviously it did, because no one from the Delta Quadrant made it to the Alpha Quadrant within that 200 years. So, or if they did, they did they blow up once they got into range? Was it like a static circle, like you hit a radius and you stay there and it was like a wall? Or did it just dissipate and go away? Because what happens if you were coming from outside the burn was done, and you were using a warp engine and you flew into where the burn happened? Did you then blow up?
I never understood the burn. I mean, I know they tried to explain it in Discovery, but it almost seems like something that like the Organians could do.
I mean, a lot of them could do it.
Or like a Q type species, but just because some alien species in Discovery had a headache or something and he screamed and then it caused every dilithium crystal to explode.
So I didn't get it at first either until I did a rewatch of that episode and area. So whatever his species is, they have mental capabilities. That's just they have sensory, whatever it's called. They have that capability. It's kind of like Vulcans being able to mind meld. They have that level, and because he grew up and spent 20 years surrounded by dilithium and no real guidance, that's what led him to do that. So I get how that could happen. But the question is, they never discovered, or they never explained, is there a radius where like you can't travel at warp speed? Well, actually, they never even said you couldn't travel at warp speed.
There had to be a radius.
Why? That's the thing.
Because the universe is large. So
Yeah.
to say that somebody could like get upset and destroy all the dilithium in the entire universe is that's a little too much.
But that's the thing. It didn't destroy it. It did some interface with it where you couldn't use warp. It can be used to enable warp travel. Yeah, when it was being used at warp to generate a warp field. Well, it's like it did something with the frequency that it operates at to generate that. The dilithium is still there because they went there to mine the dilithium. That's when they discovered it. They're like, oh, we found a huge source. All the other dilithium mines got destroyed because it was being refined. So that's why I'm like, is it a ring where you can't use warp inside that ring? Or was it ever expanding? And
it's a momentary thing, right?
I don't know.
When that alien species, he shouted or something, right? I don't know what he did. Like he had some outburst.
Right.
And then at that moment, all the dilithium reacted to it.
Right.
Karen says alpha and beta quadrants, which would make sense because that's the two closest.
So that means they didn't make it out to whatever C is.
Gamma.
I don't know what that is.
Gamma.
C is gamma?
Yeah.
So then what's the gamma
weird.
quadrant? Because that would be the gamma quadrant from DS9.
Yeah.
So what's C?
Gamma.
Then what's G?
There's no G. There's D. There's the delta quadrant. There's A, B, C, and D.
E. There's E. There's epsilon.
There's not an epsilon quadrant. Quadrant means 4. No. See, I should have interrupted you because I had a deep thought. I had a really deep thought. I should have stopped you. But I was looking at IB's comment about the intellectual property rights. So, like if a writer creates a character in Star Trek, that writer owns the intellectual property, which to me, I often wondered about that. Like if you hired somebody, like if I hired you to write a show for me, I would say, okay, whatever, I'm going to pay you a little bit extra. Whatever you write will become the property of the show. But there's this thing, I guess, where they don't do that nowadays.
Oh, that's like colleges. Whatever you make in a college or on a college computer becomes property of the college.
Well, just like at my job. Like if I write code at my job, my company says, yeah, that's our code. You were on the clock when you wrote that code. That's our code.
So back to the burn thing. I like what IB said. That would be pretty dope if they tied it to the Omega particle. But what I was getting at is this: 200 years time difference. Why is nobody from the Delta Quadrant? Even Neelix himself, he stayed in the Delta Quadrant as an ambassador to set up communication. Why is that communication not going in with Starfleet anymore?
Yeah, but that's too far in the future.
Made it over.
That burn is 500 years after Voyager.
I understand that, but you set up communications between quadrants. Just like we have communication sensors in the Gamma Quadrant with DS9. You would have
but times have changed.
With the Delta.
All that stuff's different now. Like after a couple hundred years, I mean, Starfleet was basically dwindled down to nothing.
Because
all that
of the
Starfleet.
What I'm saying is this: you're talking about after the burn. I'm talking about pre-burn. Everything was fine. Everyone was happy.
Everything was fine.
Whatever.
Hunky dory.
Why would the communication between the Delta Quadrant and the Alpha Quadrant have ceased? It wouldn't
because it just there was nobody there to maintain it. Have you heard of this?
You're telling me Neelix wouldn't have set up a command post with other species? Voyager had an effect on the Delta Quadrant. So there's got to be other species that wanted to.
But they all just moved on. They had kids.
Okay. See, now you're just trying to blow it off. I'm saying there would have been communication still. Ships would have ventured off after Voyager, and other Starfleet vessels would have traveled to the Delta Quadrant. Well, how would those people know that the burn is over or that the burn occurred?
They would.
So, coming at the end of Picard season 3, tying in with.
But that's still 500 years away from the burn.
How do we know that Delta Quadrant has experienced the burn?
Because Karen said.
That's the other thing. We don't.
Karen said it right there. See?
Is that canon then?
Alpha and Beta quadrants.
But not Delta.
No Delta. And no Gamma. Because I don't think that little alien is strong enough to blow up the dilithium in 4 quadrants.
But it's a ripple effect. There's nothing to stop it. It's a wave. Drop a pebble and then boom.
And answer me this. Romulans didn't use dilithium, so where's the Romulans at?
What did they use?
Dun, dun, dun.
Singularities.
Yes. Romulans did not. That was actually just brought up in the episode of DS9. The Romulans do not use dilithium.
That was why
they left too many openings for that.
Yeah, that's why somebody in the comments of that Zhang He short that I posted, where Riker says, you know, I've got the toughest starship that Starfleet's ever built, and I got a whole fleet of them at my back, and we've got all of our phasers locked on your warp cores. Somebody said, well, Romulans don't use warp cores.
That would have been the opportune time for Romulan to kick some ass.
I would have liked to see that battle. That would have been a good battle.
Too. I think that would have put
even a little skirmish. It didn't have to be full on.
I think that little skirmish would definitely put Wolf 359. That would probably outpace it, especially with today's effects and technology.
Yep.
Definitely, I think that would have been way better.
Right. Because we've not seen a good skirmish like that.
I just realized something when I thought about this, because I thought about this on Wolf 359, and then bringing up this, like you said, I would be happy with a small skirmish. Be like, what, and then just the shoving part that people do in a fight, but not a full on rumble. When people shoot, how come when they miss, they don't hit anything else either? Like those two fields were like hundreds of ships each. If one of them shot and they missed the ship, there's like a good chance you're going to hit one of the other ships.
Yeah, you're still hitting something.
They're Star Wars stormtroopers.
Yet they don't ever hit anything. Like, oh shit, my bad, bro. I didn't mean that. Because in the DS9 battle, their ships are floating all over around and runabouts, whatever. I'm like, and they're shooting phasers, and the phasers, you can see them, they're like long ass lightsabers. Like, wouldn't another ship hit that, have flown into that, already be behind there? Because you see it a lot. And I'm like,
And it's in space or continuing. There's nothing to stop it.
exactly. And that was the other
Velocity
thing.
is there.
If it's light, it's a light emitter, you know, they say a laser. If you don't hit anything, how long does that laser go for?
Right.
Forever. Someone just said something that made me think of a whole nother, just a deflection on this conversation, which is lightsabers. Why don't we ever see a lightsaber in Star Trek? Like even the Klingons, who are very noble at hand to hand, and there's some other races that were into hand to hand, they would have invented some kind of laser sword. Why didn't they?
I could have sworn I saw one. Somebody hold something that was like,
No, the
that
Ferengis
long.
had a laser whip,
They're probably the closest they got to that.
but I wonder if it was just more of like a trademark thing where they're like, yeah, we can't use no
Probably.
laser sword because then that's too Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
But you would think that with the technology, they would have easily had laser swords.
Then in Star Wars, they didn't have phasers, you know. They didn't.
They had lasers
Pew, pew.
and hyperdrives.
energy swords. So,
Yeah.
while the mainstream Star Trek universe is not featuring traditional lightsabers, the concept has been incorporated through its energy swords and expanded universe content. These energy swords appearing in series like Star Trek Lower Decks are essentially Star Trek's take on lightsabers, sometimes called energy swords for trademark reasons. They have appeared in various contents, including fan art.
One more thought about the range of the burn. It got me thinking about, there was a little plot arc where Starfleet said, you know what, we can't go over warp 5 because it's doing something to subspace.
It's tearing apart subspace. That was a lie.
Yeah, so does that only affect the Alpha Quadrant? Because no one else was honoring that whole, and the Romulans didn't honor it at all. But
Because watch Lower Decks. I'm not going to say anything else, but watch Lower Decks, and it will explain all of that.
When did they say that?
there was,
So
it
at some
started in
point
TNG. There were some scientists that said, you know what? I guess it was like a brother and sister scientist pair, and they said, you know, your warp drive is damaging subspace and it's eroding one of our atmospheres or something. I don't know what they were saying. But then Starfleet put out this mandate that said, okay, all you can do is go warp 5 unless it's an emergency or without Starfleet approval. But otherwise, all you can do is go warp 5, which for us would be like having like a 35 mile per hour speed limit.
So
On the
in
interstate.
Or
2370,
55.
a Hakaran scientist experiment demonstrated that high warp speeds cause severe damage to the fabric of subspace. Starfleet implemented a warp 5 limit on all vessels to prevent further damage. The limit could be broken in cases of dire emergency. But Starfleet mitigated this by making newer warp drives with variable ships, mainly in the Intrepid class, which minimize subspace damage. But if you watch Lower Decks, you will see the real answer to that.
Boom. Boom.
Interesting.
Think of it as, I'll give you a hint. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop?
Oh, thank you for that. Oh, by the way, if you're watching still, this is episode 42. And we do one episode a week. Oh, we lost Mgyx. That was weird.
Oh,
Are we still broadcasting?
probably going.
Oh, we're
potty.
dead. We dropped.
Where do you see that? There
Okay.
he is.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. We had a drop. Sorry about that, everybody. You know,
Okay.
We're also, I was about to say this as I was telling everybody this is our 42nd episode. We're also multicasting to Twitch tonight for the first time.
Oh, that's
So-
right.
I am doing a dual stream,
Oh.
and it is taking twice the bandwidth. And I can see our Twitch right now is paused. I can see it stopped. You know what? I'm just going to stop it. I'm not going to try to reconnect.
Wait,
to Twitch.
hold on. I'm about to.
It's
join
too
in
late
on
because
our Twitch.
it had caused a problem for us, so I'm not going to reconnect. But it should be there. It should be there in history.
I felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, so we went down for a second, but I think it had something to do with our Twitch multicast. We are on twitch.tv/technicallytrek. So if any of you guys, have a preference for Twitch, you can catch us there. I know there's a lot of, Twitch is a streaming heavy platform, pretty much 95% streaming. Yeah, so there's zero frags given. Oh yeah, you're on Twitch.
I know that
It
guy.
didn't pop up in the YouTube yet.
Not in the YouTube because it's coming from Twitch.
I thought before something was crossing over.
No, it's not allowed to do that actually. That's a bannable offense.
Wait, I thought we did something before where it was crossing over between the two.
No, it just shows up in the live stream. We can see it on the chat window. So it'll mix the two in the chat window, but we can't mix them in the YouTube chat.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. You guys are Yorons.
Yeah, there's this rule about YouTube not mixing its chat with other
I do
streaming
not
services.
see.
Are you looking at YouTube?
Yeah, I'm going to the YouTube. I got to reload it. It
Oh, okay.
paused there.
Yeah, it did pause.
Yeah, but it's not showing my. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, it's at the top.
So, hello.
But I was starting to say that this is our 42nd episode, so we do one episode a week.
42.
And we haven't missed a week. We have not missed a week in our 42-week span. So, 52 weeks will
We
be a
have
year.
10 more weeks to go.
10 more episodes, and then we'll have done this for a year.
1 year. This will be our longest stretch under one name.
No. I think we did technically unsound for a while.
We did not hit a 1 year mark under Technically Unsound.
Yeah, I think we did.
But this is totally different. I was going to ask y'all about this. Oh, I was going to ask y'all about this anyway.
Go
How
ahead.
do you feel about Holly Hunter being in Academy?
I don't know.
Like,
I
I don't think.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's just see how it goes, right? We only got
Wait, is it Holly?
till
No, it's not Holly Hunter. Is
Holly
it?
Hunter, yeah. She's the captain of the Academy of the ship, whatever it is.
She has a
I just expect her
distinctive
to keep
voice.
saying, Dr. Lecter.
Hi.
What do you
I'm
with this solid?
Captain Akmalakmalema. Yeah,
Okay,
so we'll see.
Rebecca Quinn as
So
Lieutenant
Rebecca
Yaw.
Quinn is that's this girl. So she's a WWE star and she's going to be part of the crew. Yeah, Crewman Sherry likes the side mouth talking of Holly Hunter. Hey, how y'all
I'm a
doing?
side mouth talker.
How y'all doing?
Real distinctive.
Well, you have no choice. Hey,
I don't. I don't.
How y'all doing?
So, can we make up if she does well, can we make up wait, first of all, it's a wrestling intro show. Yeah.
I've never seen her. I haven't watched WWE in a long time.
Yeah, dude, I don't watch it.
So I don't know what any of their little spiels are. Everybody's got their thing like,
Big E might know.
no, he doesn't watch. he doesn't
He
watch.
does.
He watches
WWE?
men's soap opera. Oh, I didn't know that. The male
Yeah.
soap opera.
So what about her? Why do we have her up here? Are you saying
They're
she's
just
dumb?
this is just the first pictures of her in uniform and everything on the bridge. I guess she wasn't in the trailers or anything. So this is her first scene, like where they're releasing some footage of her.
Wrestling champion on Starfleet. Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
They're reaching out to all the gens.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the gens.
Is she going to be related to Tasha Yar
Yee.
somehow?
Yee. So one of our favorites, La'an, was interviewed by Trek Movie, I think it is, trekmovie.com. And the writers, the showrunners, said that season 4 was going to be more serious, but she said she's not sure that's correct. Which I find it hard to believe that season 4 is going to be more serious when there's going to be a Muppet episode.
I agree, 100%.
How can there be a Muppet episode yet things be more serious?
About boop boop doo doo.
Season finale of Lower Decks. That's the only way I could see that happening, is that somehow they tie in the season finale of Lower Decks into this crossover, and they have another crossover episode. That's really the only way I could see this happening. Is that?
That's how we're
Because
going to end
Lower
the show.
Decks.
We're going to end with the Muppet Show song. It's time to put on music.
Da 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 da.
Wait a minute.
Because we can. You know what? We're going to get Muppets. Let's get Muppets from your.
I can do this.
You got
I
a
can
Muppet.
do this.
PVG's got a Muppet hookup.
JVG, hear that?
We want a Muppet
yeah,
in the
baby.
third chair. We want a Muppet.
JVG,
So
you got a job.
get the best guy from your Muppet crew, and we want to get a Starfleet uniform made, and we want them in the third chair.
Live long and prosper.
I don't know, but when I saw the little caption there under the picture, it said season 4 has even more genre bending. I thought it said gender bending when I first saw it. I was like, oh my God, what is going on here?
Here we go.
What is happening with Strange New Worlds?
That's what I see, though.
But I read that wrong. But it's very close to easy to confuse.
I can agree with that, because one of the things you just showed, I thought it said Christina Ching Chong.
Wow, that is so.
I saw him reach for the stream deck.
So racist.
I mean, I'm surprised she's not on the USS Zhang Zhao.
Some young guy.
All right, let's do a couple quotes. These quotes are going to be quick because they're very short. I ran out of quotes, and so like just an hour before the show, I had to open channels of communication with Crewman Patty and just say, look, we need emergency quotes. Emergency quotes are needed. And so here we go. This is what we got.
Red alert.
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
You need to see that again?
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
Oh, shit. Magic?
Chat. Hold on. One more try.
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
I have an idea.
Well, spit.
From the original series, Gary Seven, the secretary saying that to Gary Seven, the blonde gal. Can't think of her name.
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
Oh, hold on, by the way, notice this. The DJI Mic 3 up on the shoulder. 32-bit float recording.
Is that new?
It's not that new. We've been using it for a while.
That's nice.
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
All right. IB doesn't know.
IB doesn't know we are.
If TrekBot doesn't know, let's just
We are
forward on.
jacked.
Ready?
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
Oh,
Yes. I suppose you could call it that.
Worf called that a kitty cat. That looked like a warthog. But all right. That was Tasha Yar saying that, by the way.
not any pussy that I ever seen.
All right, ready for the next one? Hold on.
Get Magic's
And
face.
Worf's teeth were all jacked up. Did Worf get his teeth fixed?
He's like from Britain. Or
Hold on.
I think they filed him down, or they made him less exaggerated.
Hold on.
Talking about teeth.
Oh, yeah, because remember he bought that teeth filer from when Nog left home. He auctioned off his stuff, and Worf got his tooth filer.
He went to Starfleet Dentistry. Got
Look at them
insurance.
teeth.
Holy cow.
Look at them teeth, Worf.
You can butter some biscuits with those babies.
My goodness. Wow. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, here we go. Listen close.
I was at the colony where I grew up, being chased by a rape gang.
Oh, I know that.
One more time.
Mgyx?
I was at the colony where I grew up, being chased by a rape gang.
That's Tasha.
Yep, 100%.
This is crazy. I was at the colony where I grew up, being chased by a rape gang.
Are you all right?
Those were both from the same episode. Like there was some weird anomaly going on, and everybody was seeing things.
Not Jordy. Not through that banana clip.
Poor Jordy.
Banana.
All right, let's do.
No, that's what it was. It's literally a banana clip.
I know.
It just fell down.
100%.
It fell on his face. Which vessel first conducted a successful spore drive displacement jump during field testing? Glenn, Discovery, or Torin?
The Glenn.
What are you saying?
Glenn Phoenix.
You're going Glenn? Or are you going to try
Discovery. I'm going to go Discovery.
Discovery?
A bit different.
What about the Torin?
No. Discovery.
I can see that's why it's good to answer first. If you answer first, you can say the right answer. But the Glenn was the one that was doing the experimental, and I think it blew up trying to do a jump, and everybody got mangled.
We need to get chat.
Stuck halfway through.
Yeah,
we
Kind
need
of like
to
how
get
Discovery got stuck, where they lost what's his face.
everybody was
They came
inside
back and
out.
got him.
Ugh. Yeah.
We need to give Chad a time to respond.
Oh, my bad, chat. It's because you guys were so quick.
Yeah, I know. But
Which craft retrieved a whale song probe response after temporal return to 23rd century Earth? Olympia, Saratoga, Whitley, or the Shangzhou? Say A for Olympia, B for Saratoga, or C for Whitley.
why would they be named those? I think I would have thought it'd been a Klingon name.
The Kapla. What was their ships like? The KSS Kapla? All right, take a guess.
What do you think, chat? IB?
Well, you guess first.
Karen?
You got to set the pace.
Whitley?
You're going the USS Whitley. What about Mgyx?
The Kabbalah.
The
Saratoga.
I'm confused.
yeah,
Me
you
too.
worded this weirdly.
Well, blame Chat GPT.
Saratoga.
The USS Saratoga transmitted the initial probe telemetry that triggered Starfleet's evacuation.
I thought it was.
All right. I thought about skipping that question.
It was a bounty. Absolutely.
The USS Bounty. Which ship initiated the first warp field inversion maneuver to escape a gravitational shear?
The Shang-Chi.
C. I would say C.
What about the Rhode Island, though?
No.
Who was the captain of the Rhode Island?
Biff.
Hold on 1 second.
Harry Kim.
Eric.
Future Harry Kim.
Commander Erica. Captain Erica.
Look
Continue
the
on
answer
without
up.
me. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, Chief Scott is saying B, the USS Rhode Island. But you're going C.
Melbourne. Yeah.
All right, PVG is saying C. Crewman Mgyx went to go do El Baño.
Let's go poo-poo.
TrekBot is saying C, so we know we're done. Once TrekBot gives an answer, we're pretty much done.
Booyah, bitches!
The Melbourne executed the inversion technique during a documented shear avoidance incident. Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 10, New Ground. There is so much rewatching I need to do.
I know.
There's so much content. Which vessel transmitted the earliest long-range tachyon triangulation during a Klingon border standoff? The Helios, the Yamaguchi, or the Reading?
That is easy. I want to say B.
The Yamaguchi?
Yep.
Or C, the Reading? Or D, the Shang Zhao?
I'm going to keep...
Would you pick a different Chinese name if I put it up there? Yamaguchi is Japanese. By the way. All of the above.
Some young guy.
All right, let's see what the answer is. It's the Reading.
Oh,
you were right.
Wow.
The USS Reading supplied triangulation data during the Federation Klingon Monitoring Network deployment. Next Generation,
I was
Season
right.
4. So you can kind of see the Next Generation had a lot going on.
Everybody's rewinding because I said the B, but you're correct. I was right. C.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with the Next Generation. There's a lot to... A Next Generation rewatch, man, that's a big commitment. But I think you got to rewatch the Next Generation every couple years just because there's so much. It's so easy to forget.
Well, I just noticed.
Man.
Be right back. There he is. It looked kind of Asian, didn't it? Like racist?
No.
Oh, I thought it was like the Japanese rising sun.
Which starship?
Are you talking about that?
employed-
Yeah, look at it. It looks Asian and
That's what it
Japanese.
It is Asian. It's an
a
Asian
samurai.
theme.
Oh, sayonara.
Yeah. Which starship employed a phase-modulated deflector pulse to neutralize hazardous subspace fissures? The Dauntless, the Excalibur, or the Vico?
Vico Suave. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Vico.
You're going to go with the Vico?
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's the USS Vico.
No. Vico.
It's like the...
USSR, Vico.
Karen says
I'm gonna
it's
go with
the
Excalibur on that one.
Excalibur sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
But
It
you're
does
sticking
sound
with
good.
Vico.
I'm sticking with Vico.
Isn't he the guy who was testifying
You know
at
what?
that,
I'm changing that. It was the Dauntless.
the Dauntless? That's not real.
Like
You
real
know it is
hell.
real. I'm tricking you.
the Dauntless.
It's the Vico. You should have stuck with your gut. Always stick with your gut.
Sunday Beach.
The USS Vico's log detailed a pulse attempt in the vicinity of unstable fissures. Confirm this in Next Generation Season 5, Episode 11, Hero Warship.
You have one twisted T. In
We
all
include
those.
the receipts. 5 questions. That's all we do. That's all we do these days because we don't want to inundate people with questions.
My first Black Friday purchase came in.
Oh, what's that? A drive?
This is a 4 terabyte drive.
What did you end up? What deal did you end up finding?
It's $199.
Where? Well, I mean, what kind is it?
Amazon.
Nice.
It's Amazon. It's a 4 terabyte SSD. So I was looking for the Samsung 4 terabyte, so I could at least match. This is smaller than my Samsung drive. Like,
Hold on,
if you
your
were to
glare
stick
is
another one of
blocking
these-
it. I can't see what brand it is.
oh, it's Crucial.
Ooh, that's good. That's good quality.
That's just incredible. For 4 terabytes,
That's good
that size.
quality. X9, look at you. You are balling. I actually use a Crucial for my DJing.
JVG, if you see this, my Christmas list. Hint, hint.
Oh,
nudge,
it's a
nudge,
belt.
say
It
no
could be.
more.
It could double as a belt buckle.
So yeah, it's So my other one is about is like twice the size width-wise. So if you were to stick another one right here,
Look at
I
that.
can't show it because it's plugged in right now. But yeah,
That's what she said.
but man, if I knew it was this small, I probably would have ordered another one.
Yeah,
And
but
just
it's the money.
use-
It's not the size.
Can we ask how much that was?
He just said it was 200.
Oh, sorry.
200. And the weird thing is the 4 terabyte one that I got before for $199 is selling for $349. That's the lowest price I could find it at, and it's a 2-year-old drive.
Wow. Well,
So,
I was saying
crazy.
this the other day that prices are going up. Prices for
I
things are
don't-
going up. And I think is it capitalist greed? I don't know what it is.
I think it is. I think it is people
Because
that
they
are
know
trying
people
to-
will still buy it.
Right.
people still need them.
Yeah.
And the fact is, maybe they're trying to say we can get away with this and blame it on tariffs.
Right, but I don't think
Even
that's
though
it. I
half of these
think
things are built
yeah.
in the U.S.
I think these companies just know, you know what? Let's just try to raise the price a little and see what happens. And people still buy it, so they just say, well, let's just raise the price a little more.
That was a nice
So you
score,
remember how
Moses.
we were just talking about why CBS and why we're reduced to 10 episodes? That exact same reason. Cable
Yeah.
company said, well, let's raise the price $20 and see what
Mhm.
happens. And people still paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, let's raise it another $20. Okay.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you have the same 100 channels that you were paying $49.99 for, you're now paying $120 for.
Right.
And then another couple of years later, especially when baseball season comes into play, because there's an extra carriage fee that goes along with carrying sports channels. And they just pass that on to you, and people are still willing to pay for it. And I thought, no, that can't be it. That can't be it. That no one's going to be willing to do that. And this is the one time my mom's hoarding came into play. I found a cable bill from when my brother was alive, and it was only like $200 for all the channels that she has now with a couple of premiums. Internet wasn't as fast as what we have now, but that doesn't matter because that price, we're paying the same price, but like the speed is tripled. And her home phone number and her home security. So the bill was barely $200. Now for the exact same services, it's almost $450. So that means over the course of that many years from that bill to now, that $20 here, $20 here, that add up, that's that got them. We got them.
Gotcha.
It's also
Yep.
predatory practices with cable companies. They
Yeah.
know people that are elderly, that are retired, are going to want to watch shows like Gunsmoke
Yep.
and older shows that are only on like MeTV and Hallmark and all those. And they put those channels in the highest tier package. So my mom watches 6 channels. But she has to pay the highest cable bill because for the channel she wants to watch, Hallmark, Lifetime, you have to have the ultimate package to watch.
Yeah.
And they're not. If it were me, I would just pay for the channel and put it on the Fire Stick. Pay for the monthly subscription. It's like $10, whatever. And just do it that way. But elderly people don't know how to do that stuff.
Right.
She asked me
Yeah.
last night for a cell phone. I was like, nope.
They're hooked.
Just like, why
reeling
not?
them in.
Yeah.
I was like, because the 4 computers I built you over the last 40 years are still sitting in a shed. And I know they haven't been turned on because last summer I took my mini drive out there, and then we had a generator out there for something else. And I plugged in, and the last login, one of them was 1999 or 2000, because I remember my dad was still alive, and I did the whole Y2K update. So that hadn't been logged in since 2000. That was the oldest one. The other one was maybe 2001 or 2002. One was 2005. The last one was like 2009. And I was like, you never turn these computers on. And she was like, well, you don't know that. That's not true. I was like, Mom, I was like, when's the last time you used your cell phone? Oh, I used it, just a few months back. I said, no, you haven't. Pulled up her phone because I keep it on charger. So I was trying to crack some stuff. And that's also where she gets emails that she doesn't know she has an email address. So the last time you used your phone, I pull up the call log, was this date 7 years ago, and it shows me calling you not answering the call, and then you hitting the call me back button like less than a minute later. I was like, you haven't used this phone in over 7 years. I'm not going to pay for a phone that you're not going to use, that you don't even know how to use. Like, I'm not going to throw money away. And that's where the greed comes, is they target people that don't know how to make those decisions for them.
Right.
And they're like, well, I want to watch my Lifetime. I guess.
Well, you got people that don't know how to make those decisions, and then you got the small group of people that don't care, that'll just pay whatever. So
like
yeah, and that's enough for them to survive and thrive. Actually, they can profit that way. But
PVG could be told, we're going to charge you $100 a month because you have a celebrity vehicles on your property. That's $100 for the 18 van, $100 for the Mach 5, $100 for the.
And I mean, he's a simple dude. So what's he gonna say?
For the other, what was the other one? The Starsky and Hutch car. That's $300.
You got the Starsky and Hutch car?
Another $100 for the General Lee. That's $400.
You got a General Lee?
And then
man, look at
they're
you.
going to charge you a storage fee for the
and an R2D2
helicopters.
This guy's got everything.
Literally $2,000 a month. $500 for Airwolf and $500 for Blue Thunder.
But it's
so
the children.
Technically, you're at
the children want
you're at $1,400 a month.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
Not
my
going to
two
care
kids.
because he wants them. He's never going to drive them. He's just going to stay there, and they're going to charge him that.
It's for the children.
All right, it's starting to get cold out here, so we about to wrap because I didn't bring a blouse. I didn't bring a cardigan or anything.
Stop it! Stop it!
And I haven't hooked up the heater. What's that Amazon heater that I had last year that I was supposed to send back? The Govee heater.
What?
Yeah, I got it somewhere. I just need to plug it in. But it is getting chilly out here.
I literally just turned mine off right now because
my nose is getting cold.
Yeah, see, PVG's getting a little chilly. But
Chilly today and hot tamale.
Where'd you get that cardigan sweater from? That the quarter down.
Okay. Here, look at check this out. It's Batman.
He tricked you. He tricked you.
It's Batman.
Yeah, it's too far.
Oh,
because he can only see that camera up there.
Oh, sorry.
He can't see what our audience sees.
It was Batman. I put a.
He made it look like a Starfleet
Delta
sanctioned. Oh,
and it
he
fell
just
down.
dropped. But
I
all
thought
right,
that
quick.
was a Starfleet.
Yeah, he tricked you.
I was like, where'd you get the Voyager badge from?
Special thanks to Crewman Karen, Trekbot IB, Mr. Sci-Fi Fan 2. Special thanks to Crewman Sherry, and of course the one and only Chief Scott, Mr. Fedora, the one fedora per crew at the party the other night. And so,
and Craig, I think he was watching.
Oh, is Craig on?
I
Crewman Craig, where are you at, buddy? You need to say something.
Oh yeah, how was y'all's concert, by the way?
It's good. Good times.
It was good.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was a cover band, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the highlight of the night was probably Radioactive when they did that Imagine Dragons. That was a really good one because they did kind of like a little spiel with it, and then they had this girl come out and do some tap dancing. Because they do kind of like they add some flavor to it, kind of like a acoustic flavor.
That gal that was tap dancing, I bet she must have walked 20 miles that.
Well, that's what tap
hours.
dancers. I mean, I used to tap dance.
Oh, did you?
Just for fun.
Wow.
At Pizza Hut.
Tap. A little tap tap.
I heard you and Magic did a number together, and it was pretty awesome.
I don't know what that means, but we're gonna wrap.
I don't know what that means either.
Maybe we'll pick it up on another night. But thanks, you guys. Don't forget, if you're on the Twitch network, catch us at twitch.tv/technicallytrek. You can subscribe to us there. And there's a forever running chat you can jump into if you just wanted to chat 24/7. Yeah, I think that chat's always alive. But yeah, so twitch.tv/technicallytrek.
And to you old timers, Twitch, hey, get on it,
Yeah, old timers. Get what the kids are doing.
I didn't know.
And you'll
I'm
feel
trying
young.
to get on it. I'm trying to make a name for myself on there.
Okay.
Trying to get on there as well. I even went as far to download the Star Trek game.
Oh wow.
I was going to try that. Tilly's in it. But unfortunately, the graphics. Yeah, that's like that question you posed earlier. Are you going to watch it if the graphics suck? No, I'm not playing this game. I got halfway through. I was like, man, this is just crappy.
We're now kind of spoiled with good graphics. So yeah, so check us out over on Twitch if you're if you're bouncing around platforms, or tell your kids. STFC.
Yeah.
Star Trek First Contact. All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch you guys. Oh, don't forget, subscribe. And if you have subscribed because of the shorts, because we're getting a lot of traffic from shorts, hit that notification bell. That way when we go live, you get that little pop-up, and then you can join us on the chat. And, it's fun. We talk. And
we only ask you to commit to at least 1 minute. If you could let it run for 1 minute, that would be awesome. Because we're trying to prove if our analytics are actually correct. And it's odd. It's very odd.
We'll see how it goes. All right.
But I appreciate you all coming out.
For sure.
Hope everybody had a good holiday. We will be returning next week
Sunday
with more Trekness. Even though I felt like we ditched half of our content. Like, I feel like we had more content and we just ran out of time.
PVG shorts got us in trouble, so we had to stop with that.
Oh, that's why.
We had to.
Okay.
Not those shorts, the other shorts.
Yeah. But all right, everybody.
I do like
we're
that
out.
sweater though, PVG.
Love you guys. Thank you.